You guys like Virgin Airlines?
Yeah.
Depends. The Australian one is like Spirit. The Virgin in Australia is like budget, cheap airlines, but then the Virgin America is actually pretty nice.
Didn't they sell?
Yeah, I thought
Did they sell to Alaska?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't even see their flights anymore, really.
Oh, really?
I saw a commercial for Virgin recently. It was like, you know, going through. They went through the cabin. It's like every race, creed, and color, and then they go to the pilot's chair, and there's like this smug white lady, like being like she's getting her fucking pussy eaten off. She's like, flying the skies, and it's like, who is this for? Like, who is this for?
And her pussy was getting eaten out. That's crazy.
You have to watch it. You have to see the smug look on her face.
I never connected smug with getting your pussy eaten.
Yeah, it's like a smug look on her face. Like, get down there, bitch, and get it right.
Oh, that look.
So, did you guys know that Virgin Airlines lets flight attendants wear whatever gender neutral uniforms? So, like, if you identify as a woman, you can wear the female uniform. But still,
I haven't been in Virgin Airlines in
you can
ages.
still be male presenting, if that makes sense. Like, yeah.
I thought their whole business went out during COVID. Like, I've
still
seen
going.
zero Virgin
I
Airlines
haven't
flights.
seen any Virgin.
They're still going, and I believe maybe some of them might be private charters now. I don't know, but yeah, they can pretty much be gender neutral for their uniforms, except for this one time, possibly. What do you think the exception is?
Wearing lingerie.
No, I mean like they're like, hey, normally I know you guys can do that, but today, don't do that.
Except Easter.
Is there a certain,
Right now, it's like a thing that's going on right now.
Halloween.
That's pretty good.
It's not a holiday.
Exposing too much cleavage. Because that's the thing.
Let's just say it has to do with a sport.
A sport.
A sport?
Can't wear football jerseys and shit.
No, they have to dress like their biological gender for flights
To Qatar.
to Qatar.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You are
You're
good.
You're
So-
really good.
This guy gets it.
You're knocking shit over today.
When it
You're
goes-
killing it.
So when so it's Virgin Atlantic or whatever the UK Virgin flights are, they're probably still operating. So there's Virgin America, Virgin Atlantic, Virgin Australia. They're the same company but ran differently in 3 different places. So
Could
it's
be,
probably
yeah.
Virgin America that disappeared. And you're talking about Virgin Atlantic, which is from the UK. So it's probably a UK flight or whatever
Yeah.
going to Qatar.
Right. So the focus on the whole thing about Virgin allowing this, and then now they conducted like some kind of analysis to see if it's worth the safety of their crew when they're traveling.
To Qatar or whatever.
Yeah, during the World Cup.
Because what if they arrive and then they're like, hey, you are a cross-dresser. And then they put them to jail. Because they're like, you're a man, you're wearing a skirt, you go to jail.
I think it's also the safety of like on the plane itself. Like they might be dealing with criticism that they don't deserve to have to
From
put
the
up
passengers.
with. Passengers. I know it's not too much about like once they're in the country. I think they just advised against it because
That's what the sound was?
they just advised against it because it could probably save a lot of trouble.
Chabo.
But they did say that the ambassador of the Qatar World Cup, he did say that gay people, whatever, you're all welcome as fans to come watch the game, but do not have public displays of affection. And then for a German broadcaster that was interviewing him, he said he called homosexuality damage of the mind.
Oh, shit.
So it's like welcoming, but not in a way. You know what I mean?
They're like, just don't show me that
Welcome you in
shit.
so we can correct you.
Yeah.
Or it's like
Exactly.
it's like your parents. It's like you're gay and you're bringing like your significant other home and your parents aren't down. It's like, don't do it around them.
Yeah. Keep it outside.
Platonic.
What do you think of that? What do you think of?
We'll take your money, but don't be gay around us. That's what they're saying.
That's 100% what that is.
What do you think?
Come on down and spend your good gay money, but when it comes to showing your love, leave it out of here.
Yeah, but what about Virgin Airlines specifically? What do you think of their call to tell their flight attendants, "Hey, I know you guys can do this normally, and we love supporting that, but it's not a good call this time."
So I go back to it's like your parents thing. It's like, hey, they're fucking whack. they're so whack. I'm sorry.
That we could do.
Let's just be chill about it.
Yeah.
Where do
Yeah,
you
I
balance
think it's
between
good.
human rights and what we believe is morally right, and also thinking about when in Rome? Because like there are religions, like for example in sumo wrestling, that's also religious. It's also a sport. So on the stage, women can't go on. It's just the old like religious, spiritual thing, right? And then so it's kind of like a weird, because they're modern in Japan, but they also are like, that's fucking weird because not all of us are Shinto, the religion. But then it's like, also in this situation too, we're actually in their country now by the time, so like.
Totally.
So
Yeah.
like, what is the right thing to do?
Well, I think that when in Rome is a very, very good way to put it, right? It's like
'Cause they were gay.
Yep.
They were.
They were so gay.
yes.
They were hella gay. They weren't they?
Yep.
Isn't that like the whole thing?
The
That was the whole
Spartans,
thing.
the Romans,
That's what you were trying to say,
they
right?
can't
No,
wait.
but who gives a fuck, right? Whatever. Oh, you want to hear it?
Dude, hear it.
No, just co-sign on what he's saying. Like one in Rome. It's like Brittany Griner and the fucking drugs, right? No matter how sympathetic we want to be, it's like, well, you brought drugs into somebody else's country, right? So same thing. It's like they're watching their employees' backs. They're trying to protect them. Be like, hey, we're flying to this country, even if we collectively don't necessarily agree with the rules. It's their rules. We're flying to their country, so it's like we should abide by them for your own safety type stuff. So it makes sense, and it's probably fair warning.
What about what it's not necessarily that they're going to that country, but that people of that country are going to be using their service and they don't want to upset the people that are giving them the money? Because it's not, what if it's not so much that they're going to Qatar at all, but it's more like, hey, when we're in the air, don't let these people who are paying deal with this, the thing they don't like in their country, even though they're not necessarily, they're still in airspace. Like, is that fair to be like,
Tough titties, dude. Like, yeah, because you're not in their country anymore.
yeah, but
You're in international airspace.
And you're like, if you're with your girlfriend or some shit, you can't like just kiss on the cheek or nothing, or like whatever you're doing.
because this is during the flight.
Wow.
Then what does it even have to do with Qatar if you're not going to their country?
They are going to Qatar, but while they're on the plane at all,
Oh yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like you're going to Qatar, it's like if I'm going to any other country, chances are like if I go to fucking India or something like that, there's probably going to be a bunch of Indian people on the plane. Right. So I'm not gonna like I don't know, do anything that's offensive to Indian people just because I'm in international waters. That's all. And I think that's me being considerate,
okay.
not necessarily having to be like an absolute right and wrong in the situation.
So you shouldn't have to. Like, you shouldn't.
How about them be considered to American me?
That's the part that
God
like
damn it. That's why I'm gonna bomb them and bring democracy. Because they need to learn freedom.
And now you can vote, you lucky sons of bitches.
Then if I'm from Qatar, what am I doing choosing that airline?
Exactly.
Is
It's
all. 'Cause there's-
weird. Yeah.
That's not the only airline
Yeah.
that's going to Qatar. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's like if I'm jumping on Virgin and everybody understands, even without this dress code, everybody knows Virgin is like that other type of airline. They got the cooler lights, they got the different
they are.
party vibes, right? Yeah, so if you're gonna go on the airline, that's what you're paying for. Otherwise, go to Qatar Airways.
Go Delta, dude. You don't want to be on there anyway. 100%.
yeah, that's where the debate
is
kind
weird.
of lands there is like, why is the compromise one-sided? But also it's because the financials are one-sided. It's like these people are paying for this, so we're accommodating them versus like, hey, yeah, we're gonna take your money, but we're gonna, encroach on your own personal values.
Look at Chinese money in movies, dude. It's the same thing.
Exactly, yeah.
They'll cut anything that has to do with gay or anything like that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And launch it in China, and then over here they're gonna lecture you if you don't want to play the movie, but then they sell it to China. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
how involved do you think companies should be in these types of conversations? Because they're just providing a service. Can't we just leave it at that? I understand like the situation may arise in certain circumstances beyond that, but I mean it's like people getting mad at a certain company for not supporting something that they want them to
Right.
support. But it's like, I'm just a company providing a service.
Yeah, but I want to know if Doritos is down with the cost.
I need to know if Doritos is LGBTQ friendly, because when I take a bite out of the chip, I want to taste diversity. You know what I mean?
It's just
I do like what they did, because it's like, yeah, Virgin normally, hey, you guys can do what you want. This is your identity. You can wear your identity, of course. But they said, like, literally, we conducted research and we think the risk is too high for your safety doing this job. So they're telling them, like, hey, it's not us. It's like, just for the, you know, the good of everyone's experience, like, maybe you don't want to do that this time. And it's like, it is good advice,
at least
honestly.
the conversation's open.
Yeah.
And also, they don't have to work that flight.
Yeah.
They don't have, you know, I think, like, there's so many outs for both sides. Like, the customers don't have to fly Virgin. The flight attendants can book a different flight. You know, the ones that don't mind dressing in their biological, like, birth gender, they can probably work that flight. And then there's a compromise for that specific situation, because I think what happens is, like, you can't force someone your moral right. Especially if millions of people believe this, you just have to figure a compromise. Because then we've been doing this forever, where America comes up with some ideal of how the world should be, and then they try to pressure others to do it.
Right.
As long as a human rights, like, violation isn't being, like, you know, done, and people aren't going to jail for cross-dressing or whatever, then what the fuck?
But even on the other side too, like you know, if a guy doesn't want to bake a cake for a gay wedding, I say you send in the fucking SWAT team, put a gun to his head, and, you make him do it, or you make an example.
Exactly.
Of it.
Exactly.
You make that damn cake.
That's always the best case, man.
Yeah. It happens still all the goddamn time. And it happens every couple months still.
Yeah, I mean, that's
cake
when
stuff.
it comes to like
stuff.
peer-to-peer consumerism like that happens with even fucking emotional support dogs.
Yeah.
It's like, you won't let my dog in? I think this business should fucking close now.
It's the best.
And it's a fucking Korean barbecue. It's like, yeah, your dog's gonna be snarling.
taking a shit in the middle of the restaurant.
Exactly. It's like, come on, man.